Hey everyone, welcome back to Codecrafter Hub. In this video, I am going to show you how to build this beautiful web application and how to deploy this on Vercel. To build this, I am going to use Next.js 14 with TypeScript, Tailwind CSS for styling, and Figma Motion for navbar animation, Figma and Zipline.io. That Zipline.io for Figma dev mode alternative solution. Finally, I am going to use Vercel for deploy this web application. First of all, we need to check our design. In here you can see two different kind of design for desktop mode and mobile mode. And we have 8 section for this both desktop mode and mobile mode design. First one is navbar, and second one is hero section, and third one is feature section, and fourth one is this testimonial section. To build this testimonial section, we need to use some marquee for this, and we have another section called FAQ section. To build this FAQ section, we need to use some accordion. After that, we can see plan section, and we can see this CTA section, and finally we can see this footer section. Now we need to collect our assets. Before that, I am going to make the copy of this both design. First, I am going to create new Figma draft file. For that, I am going to click on this design file, and I am going to click on this draft. And now I am going to copy this both design, and I am going to paste within my new design file. Copy and paste in here. Copy, and I am going to paste in here. Now I am going to show you how to export images from our Figma file. For the example, I am going to show you how to export this logo. First of all, we need to select our logo. For that, we can use this File Explorer section in here. After selecting our logo, we need to click on this export. In here you can see we have 4 different types. In this time I am going to use this SVG, and after that, selecting your file type, you need to click on this export logo. By click on this, you can see your logo like this. To export all images takes some time. So I already exported all assets. Now I am going to show that. In here you can see my all exported images in here. We have all required assets. Then now we can start to build our project. First, I am going to make new repository for my project. In here you can see now I am in the GitHub dashboard. In this dashboard, you need to click on this green color new button for the create new repository. In this new repository section, we need to provide our repository name. That repository name need to be unique. I am going to use new landing page. And we can provide some description about our repository, that is optional one. I am going to use this for my description. After that, we need to select our repository type. In here we have 2 options, public and private. In this, public mean anyone can view, clone your repository. If you have selected your repository type as private, can view, clone your repository only you and authorized collaborators. In this time, I am going to select this my repository type as public. After that, we need to add readme file for this. I am not going to add that one, and we can add gitignore file for our repository. I am not going to add that one also, and we can select our license type. I am not going to select my license type in this time. After that, we need to click on this create repository green color button. In here you can see we have successfully created our project repository. Now we need to create local repository for our project. For that, I need to copy this remote repository address. For that, I am going to click on this clipboard icon. In here you can see I have a folder named as my project in my desktop. To create local repository, I am going to use this folder my project. First, I am going to open this with my favorite text editor VS Code. For that, I am going to use this open with code. Now I am going to open new terminal. And now I am going to make the clone of my that remote repository. For that, I am going to use git clone and our remote repository address. Now need to press enter key. In here you can see our local repository like this, that is currently empty. Now I am going to show you how to create our Next.js 14 project. Before that, I need to show you my current node version. In here you can see my current node version. Now we are in our local repository folder. Now I am going to create my project inside of this. For that, I am going to use this command. Full stop and / we need to use in here because we don't need to create another new folder inside of our local repository. Our project has been successfully created. Now I need to add 2 packages for my project. First, I am going to add React icon for my project. For that, I am going to copy this command and I am going to paste in my terminal. Now I need to add another package for marquee. For that, I am going to use this. I am going to copy this and I am going to paste in my terminal. Now I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. First of all, I am going to change my terminal. I am going to select git bash. I need to change my directory. For that, I am going to use cd command and my folder name. And now I am going to use command git add and full stop. Now git commit. Now git push. Now we can see our changes in our remote repository. I'm going to check that. In here you can see our all changes with this commit. Let's go to create our folder structure. In earlier you can remember I have already mentioned we have a 8 section. In our design I'm going to create folder structure as that 8 section. For that, first I am going to create new folder inside of that my app folder, name called as components. Now I am going to create 8 folder inside of this my components folder. Now I am going to create page.tsx file for this all folder. Now we can link this to our page.tsx file. First I am going to remove this all. Now we can check our output. Before that I am going to remove something in this global.css file. I am going to remove this whole thing because I don't need to use that. Now we can run our project by using npm rundiv command. You can see our output like this. We can start to build our navbar section, but in Figma free plan they not provide dev mode to us. So we need to find some alternative solution for that. The solution is zipline. you need to log into your zipline account. After that, you need to click on this create project button for create a new project. In here you need to select this web and you need to click on this create. They provide some information to how to export our design from Figma to this zipline account. After that, you need to go to your Figma file and you need to select your design and right click and go to this plugins. In here you can see this zipline. If you are unable to see that, you need to click on this manage plugins and you need to search that zipline. In here you can see I already added that, so now I am going to click on that. In here you can see message running zipline. After that, you need to simply click on this export. And in here you can see our project untitled. Now I am going to click on this export. Now we can see our design in our zipline account. In here you can see our desktop design. Now I am going to export this mobile design also. For that, I am going to right click on this mobile and I am going to select that zipline plugin. And I am going to click this export and this export. Now we can see our mobile design also in our zipline account. You can see our mobile design also. By click on this text, we can easily find what are the styles they use to create this design. Now we can start to build this navbar section. In here you can see they are using this inter font style and this medium. We need to use that inter font style for this whole design. Let's go to build this navbar section. Still we didn't add our image to our project. Now I am going to add that one. Now we can start to build our navbar section. I am going to remove this text. Now I am going to insert this two logo to my project. I need to import next image. Now we can start to build that. First I am going to convert this div to section. Inside of that my section tag, I need to use some classes for the styling purpose. Class name, I need to set width as full and flex and justify center. Inside of this div, I need to use another 3 main div. First one for logo, this one for this menu, this one for mobile navbar. I'm going to use some style for this main div. Class name, I need to use some margin left and right. In large screen, I need to use MX20, and normal screen I need to use MX5, and I need to define max width 1536 pixel and width as full, and I need to set margin top and bottom. I'm going to use 6 and flex. Now I need to define my screen sizes in my Tailwind file. I don't need to use this background image. I'm going to remove that one. We can define our screen size in here. Now we can use this all screen sizes in our project. Now I need to add some style for this div. Now I am going to add this logo inside of this div element. I need to add that logo in here, and I need to define width and height. I am going to provide that as 00, and in here I am going to provide that width and height. For the large size, I am going to set width and height 35 pixel, and in normal screen I am going to set width and height as 45 pixel. In here you can see my logo. Now we need to add this menu. For that I am going to define this menu. Now I am going to add another div inside of this. I am going to add some style for this. Flex and large screen justify between, and width full and justify end in normal screen. And in here also I need to add some margin top and bottom. It means margin top and bottom auto. And I need to add some margin left. I need to show this in a large screen and I need to hide this in a small screen. Now I am going to add unordered list in here. Inside of that unordered list I need to map that links. And in here I need to add link from Next. Now I am going to check what are the styles they are used in here. In here we can see they are using 16 pixel for font size and font weight as medium and this text color. Now I am going to use that. In here you can see my menu. Now I am going to create this one. For that I am going to add another div in here. And I need to add some classes. My auto, that means margin top and bottom auto. And flex. After that I am going to add span. And I need to add link. In here also I think they are using same style. I am going to simply copy and paste in below. After that I need to add that icon. Now I am going to add some width and height for large screen and normal screen. And I need to add some margin right for this. In here I need to add some classes. And I need to show in this large screen and I need to hide in small screen. and I need to add some style for this. Now I need to add close button and open button for mobile navbar. I am going to use some icon from React icon. Now I am going to paste in here that like this, and I need to add use state from React. Now I am going to use that in here. I need to add some classes. Large screen hidden and normal screen need to visible. And on click method. Now I am going to create this on click method. In here I am going to check that. In here I need to set that to icon. I need to provide some style for that. Now I need to add next icon. I am going to copy and paste this style. Now we can check our output. We have some issues. We need to use client in our page. We can see our large screen navbar like this. Now I am going to check with small screen. You can see our button like this. Now I am going to create this mobile navbar. For that I need to use another npm package for the animation. I am going to use frame motion for that. We need to install that. Our package has been successfully added to our project. Now we can use that frame motion. In here I need to add frame motion. I am going to import two packages from frame motion. we can use that inside of this project. In here we need to change this P as capital, this one also capital. I am going to add some classes for this div. And I am going to add in here animate presence from frame motion. And in here we need to check our menu open or not. In here I am going to use motion class. I am going to add some class name for this. For this I am going to use some custom style. I need to define this nav container. I need to add some style in here. In here we need to add that close button. And on click method. Now we need to add menu in here. And we need to add some classes. Now I need to define this. Now we can map that link. I think we can check our output. We need to add some style for this. First I need to style for navbar. Now we need to add some style for nav list. I think we can see our output like this. In large screen like this, in a small screen like this. I think we finish our navbar section. We can move to our hero section. Now we can start to build our hero section. In here you can see we have one heading and paragraph and two button, and in here we can see large image, and we have these logos and some color gradient. In mobile screen also we have that same elements, that mean heading, paragraph, two button and image, and this logo section and this color gradient. Let's go to build this. Before that I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. For that I am going to use git add. Now git commit. Now git push. First, we need to import images to our hero section. Now need to import image from Next. I am going to convert this div as section. And I am going to remove this text, and I am going to add another 2 div inside of this section tag. Now I am going to add some style for this section tag and both div tag. Now I need another one more div in here, and I am going to add some style for that one also. In here we can't use directly this apostrophe mark, so we need to find some alternative method. So that I am going to use this. Now I need to add some style for this h1 tag and this paragraph tag and this both button. Now I am going to do that one. Before that, I need to check what are the style they use. In here 64 pixel for the font size and font weight as semi bold, and this font color, and in here 32 pixel medium for this 16 pixel and this font color. In here 18 pixel and this font color. In here also they are using 18 pixel and 18 pixel. Now I am going to apply all style for this. For this arrow mark, I am going to use directly SVG code like this, and for this background color I am going to use custom CSS. we can see output like this. After this two button, we can see this image and background gradient. In here you can see they used image for this, but I am not going to use image for that. I am going to make this using CSS. Let's go to do that. I am going to add some class for this. Now I am going to add that background gradient. Now I need to add some shadow for this both image. Now we can start to build this logo section. In here you can see we have two different style for this desktop mode and mobile mode. I need to add one media query for this. Our hero section final output like this. I think now we can move to our next section, that is features. Before that, I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. Now we can start to build this feature section. In feature section we have 3 main section, and in have some title and some heading, this paragraph and this list and this button, and we have 3 images. Let's go to build this. First I am going to import that 3 images. And I need to import image from Next. Now I am going to convert this div as a section, and I don't need to use this text. I am going to remove that one, and I need another 3 main div, and inside of this last div I need another 3 div. Now I am going to add some style for this. For this arrow mark, I am going to use direct SVG code. Now I am going to create this button. Now I am going to add image for this. In mobile design we have separate view. Now I am going to show you. I think you can identify this difference. Now I am going to create that one. For that I am going to use this div. Our feature section first part is now completed. Let's start to our second part. In here also you can see we need to use some image, and we have that title and this heading and this paragraph and this list and this button. Let's go to build this. Now I am going to use some another media query for this. I am going to copy and paste this. In here I do some mistake. Now I am going to correct that one. Now I am going to add some another style for this div. Now I'm going to create this list. For that I'm going to use previous code base. Now time to start build this last section. I think in here you can see our output. Now we can move to this testimonial section. Now time to start this testimonial section. Before to start this, I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. Now we can start to build our testimonial section. First we need to add our image to this. We need to import image from Next. Now I need to add marquee for this. In previous step I already added that. Now I am going to import that. I am going to copy this and paste to my project. And we need to set this data. I have already created that data set. Then now I am going to use that one. In here you can see I have used 2 dataset because in here you can see we have 3 marquee for in here. Now I am going to build this marquee section. First I am going to convert this div as section. Now I am going to create this card. Now I am going to make 2 copies of this marquee. Now we can check our final output. We can see our final output like this. In a small screen, we can see our output like this. Now I am going to push these changes to my remote repository. Now we can start to build this FAQ section. For this we need some accordion. For that I am not going to use any packages. Let's go to build this. First I am going to convert this div as section. And I need 2 div inside of this. Now I am going to add some style for this. Now I am going to create that accordion in custom way. For that I need to insert this data. I have already created that. Then now I am going to paste in here. Now I need another new folder. Now I am going to create that inside of this component. And I am going to make 2 files inside of this accordion folder. Now I am going to import that to in here. And I am going to pass that data. In here I need to do some changes. Now I am going to do that. Now I am going to create this accordion item. Now in here I am going to map. Now I am going to import this accordion item in here. Now I am going to pass this data as prop. And I need to create onClick method in here. Now I need to create this handle click. Before that I need to use state in here. I am going to use 0 in here because I need to always open my 0 index. Now I am going to create this handle click. Now in here I need to define open. Now I need to get this all data from my accordion item. In here I need 2 icons and next image. I am going to import that. Now I am going to create that accordion item. Now our FAQ section also completed. Now we can move to our plan section. Before the moving that, now I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. Now I am going to create this plan section. Now I think you can see this plan section final output. Now I am going to push this all changes to my remote repository. Now I am going to start build this CTA section. To build this, we need to use color gradient. First I am going to convert this div as section and I am going to add another 2 div. Now I am going to add some style for this. In here you can see our CTA section final output like this. Now I am going to push my changes to my remote repository. Now we can start to build this footer section. In here you can see they are using some accordion in mobile window, but in desktop mode they didn't use that kind of thing. We need to consider about that. let's go to create this. First of all, I am going to make a copy of this accordion. And I am going to rename this. And now I am going to start footer section. First I am going to remove this and I am going to convert this as section. I need to import some logos in here and I need to import next image. Now I am going to paste I already created footer links in here. Now we can use these footer links in our footer section. Now we need to create mobile footer. In here you can see our footer section also now completed. Now time to deploy this. Before that, I need to push my all changes to my remote repository. Now I am going to do that one. Now we can see our all changes in our remote repository. In here you can see our final commit message in here. Now I am going to deploy this by using Vercel. You need to log into your Vercel account. After that, you need to click on this add new and this project. After that, in here you need to select your repository. In here you can see my repository name, new landing page. Now I am going to click on this import. You can select your project name also in here. I am not going to change that. Finally, I am going to click on this deploy. By click on this window, you can see your final output. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel.